Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, as we're all familiar, Genshin Impacto has come out with another updato, and it's going to be version 5.7, and I was just taking a look at some of the reactions from our resident Hoyo shills, and it looks like, well, apparently, according to Doro44, this is the greatest Genshin Impact update ever. And according to Brand Online, the lore goes crazy. And so I decided, why don't we go ahead, as a former Genshin Impact player that does log on every once in a while, right? Why don't we just take a look at it and see whether those compliments are really warranted? Let's start off with the version trailer, and then we'll go through the important bits of what's on this bad boy. They still don't have voice actors. Let me just turn on the closed captions. Doomsday of... Okay, nice.
終わりなき苦痛と消えることのない呪いだからよそ者なんて信用するなって言ったんじゃないかそして救世主の誕生運命の初期はついに役目を果たしたのアビス教団の名は知ってたがこれほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ
So are they actually getting into the... Maybe Bran is actually correct over here.
まるでナタ相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような宇宙船スリープポットまさかお前がテイラントに来た時に乗ってた宇宙
Wait, what is even going on with this game? Why the fuck are they talking about spaceships?
船のことか
この数ヶ月の間で42の星が消えた何者かがずうずうしくもこの世界から吸い取っているのだ
災いはいつか必ず訪れるみんなもそう言ってるわ彼女の存在を無視し続けたらいつか本当に彼女の声が聞こえなくなってしまうからねすぐそこにいるじゃない
お前の魂は欠けていて傷口にはアビスに侵食された跡が見られる
Now we got
アビスの
Skirk.
力の使い方を学ぶつもりもないのなら私が代わりに調べるしかない無に帰せ
Okay. I mean, I'll be fair. She probably has one of the best looking Genshin Impact kits in terms of like, yeah, she's got like some cool animations, stuff like that. You know, different forms. It looks like she's like dual wielding swords, all of that. But if we're frankly being honest, it's not like she had a lot of competition to beat in the first place. The one thing that I'm glad about is that Genshin is finally actually living up to some degree, the amount of money that the game makes and the budget that the game should have. And it's just something that I wish they started doing a lot earlier. It looks like she has a unique animation on pretty much every single attack in her kit. I'm just hoping that her plunge attack doesn't look like that same exact one we've been seeing for about 5 years. I think it's just, it's good that they're doing this. I wish they had done it sooner. Not, you know, 4 to 5 years into the game after, you know, billions of dollars have been generated by it. Better than Kartaslop. This is... I don't think this is even close to like Wuwa 1.0 kids, to be honest. Okay, yeah, it looks like every single thing looks pretty unique.
はじめまして私はダリアセピロス教会の女祭で風神バルバトスの伝道師です
What the fuck is this unit? It's like they just showed us like the good one and now it's back to like, okay.
面白くなってきた風神様のお告げです
I love how they like know the character isn't good and so they showed them for about 10 seconds. Like Skirk had like tripled the time.
私の夜はここで終わる。だが、お前の旅はまだまだ続く。
I don't know why they always have to do this thing in like the Genshin trailers and like the Genshin live streams where they just show like uninterrupted like 10-second clips from the entire story quest. Like this is like a situation where I wish there were like more cuts, more like, you know, less sequence and less flow so you don't know like exactly what's going on. But they do it in every single trailer. The story is entirely spoiled just from watching the trailer. Yeah, it's supposed to be a trailer not like a story summary.
お前は私の師匠、極悪鬼スルトロッチを知っているのだろう。
戦線は総崩れだ。
Now I already know the entire story quest. The Abyss is gonna start invading, and then Dainsleif has to go handle it, and then we're gonna go get Skirk to go help us, and then now we're gonna team up with Skirk to go fight the Abyss, and then go defeat a boss, and then the Abyss is gonna be driven back because we have the united star power of Dainsleif, Skirk, and the Traveler all fighting together, and we push back the Abyss. Bro, stop the spoiler. I know that from the first, just from watching not even half the trailer.
これがお前の望んだことか。お兄ちゃんはいつも運命を変えようとしてる。でも今回は何としても止めてみせる。よくやったスカーク。今回も生き残る。
Great, and now we know that Sir Talogi is gonna show up too. Awesome. And he summons swords out of port. Why do we need to know that this is gonna happen?
今もなお運命の食器は動いているのか。
なぜお前が鈍性のクジラの剣能を持っている。
するとロッチ。
経緯などとうの昔に消え去った。貴様の傲慢さと邪悪さに気づいた時にな。
500年前にお兄ちゃんと再会する機会を逃すわけにはいかないから。
いずれ本物の宇宙に帰るだろう。
旅の終点で2人の新たな始まりが待ってる。
I mean, they literally showed everything. I don't get it. They do it every single time. They literally just show everything. Why? Just how are people like, I understand that they want to like build up and generate hype. I actually think that the story over here might be one of the most impactful and one of the most exciting ones that Genshin has had in the history of its game. I don't even think Brand is necessarily wrong. Did they just need to show that everything? Did we need to know that Skirk's master, the Foul, Sir Talogi, was gonna show up in person and then also have the power of the Narwhal? Do we need to know that that little girl was from like 500 years in the past and that like it's like something like that the Traveler was here like 500 years in the past? Literally everything is shown over here, and it was like this was only like the cinematics. There was no gameplay. This is like all of the cinematics. Like the best parts of the story. They only showed the cinematics here. Oh gosh. Alright. So yeah, there's your code. Master Skirk 0618. Why the fuck did they take somebody's username? Like in an Omegle chat room. Let's take a look at what Skirk's kit looks like.
And so mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that interaction left us all with far more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, she did give us a few clues about herself, though. Remember? Insane Archon quest.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay,
Right.
what does her kit look like?
Be trained or possess it. Well, don't
Able to
also.
honestly, there's almost a
As
Do they just
know.
describe
She actually-
everything that's happening in the quest?
Like this, isn't it?
As for that's countering a mysterious power, and it's like the two to
only one who
wasn't an unbreakable, very fine.
it was nothing.
Skirk and merciless.
Okay, finally we got to the gameplay.
I'll only demonstrate this once.
Alright, yeah, she has like that dual sword moveset. Very cool.
Merciless.
Another star goes out!
As Child's master and someone capable
The 7-phase flash. Okay.
of training in the Abyss, Skirk's combat skills are truly something special. First, it's worth pointing out, Skirk doesn't use a vision. Her powers come from the abyss, but
Tap Skirk's elemental skill to enter the 7-phase flash state and steadily consume serpent subtlety. Okay.
an elemental energy. She uses a special kind of energy known as serpent subtlety instead. And when you tap her elemental skill, Skirk gains a certain amount of energy and enters a special combat state, signaled by her change in outfit, which is very cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks deal cryo damage that can't be overridden. This state also increases her resistance to interruption and attack AoE. And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void rifts will appear on the field.
Okay, so she has to be used with, like, purely cryo teams.
Her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Aw, heck yeah.
I feel like there was a better way to show off this kit. This has to be one of the most, like, convoluted kits I've ever seen. It's like, holy moly.
When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield. Once she has enough energy, she can unleash her elemental burst to deal consecutive slashes of AoE damage.
I see. So she's a unit you can keep on the field for a long time, or take out when you need a sudden burst of damage.
Pairing her with Hydro and Cryo characters also further enhances her abilities. And if your team is
When a Hydro or Cryo party member deals their corresponding elemental damage, Skirk's normal attack damage dealt in the 7-phase flash state, as well as her elemental burst damage, will be increased. Oh, okay, so you can only really use Hydro and Cryo characters with her.
comprised entirely of Hydro and Cryo characters, your party member's elemental skill level will be increased by 1.
And she also buffs their elemental skill level, too, if they're only Hydro and Cryo. Okay.
Oh, so she, like, enhances her party members' skills, too. Once a mentor, always a mentor, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like Tartaglia had a great teacher.
Oh, he sure did.
And I love the look of her camouflaged abyssal powers.
Right.
The special effects are incredible.
Right? And
That looks like what she does. Yeah, she's a main DPS. Let's see. I already know nobody's gonna care about this guy. So yeah, it looks like Escoffier, who we all know is broken as shit, gives like a 40% resistance reduction to the team. Yeah, 40% resistance reduction to the team for like Cryo and Hydro damage if Escoffier only has Hydro and Cryo characters. Looks like Skirk is going to also be the character that buffs her own damage if there's only Hydro and Cryo characters. So, yeah. If you want to play Skirk, you make sure you have Escoffier. I bet otherwise you might be in some issues. Okay, he's a support, so he's just a shitty version of Escoffier. Okay, great. Let's see. We got the new weapon. They had the new weapon. We also have the Shenhe rerun as well. I'm pretty sure she's going to be good with Skirk. You have a Zurlite, the sword. Do they even show the stats on it?
On the weapon banner.
yes! And in the
Looks neat, but yeah, who the fuck is pulling weapons in Genshin Impact? And now they have the rerun of Mavuika. Where's Sitlali, though? Why don't they do that again? Hey, why the fuck is it Emily? Who the fuck's trying to play this character? Where's the Sitlali? These devs fucked up. They need to run her, too. I guess now they have the Archon quest. They're just gonna show the entire thing once again. Like, if the trailer didn't show enough, they decided to just go ahead and show the entire Archon quest as well. All right, yeah, we definitely didn't go in depth enough. I don't want to like get too much into like the actual spoilers over here. I'll do the job that the people designing the live stream didn't do. We're just gonna skip over that. We already know from the trailer everything that's gonna happen anyways. Now let's look at this event.
Jump into the version 5.7 events.
Let's go!
Let's go! First
Why do they talk so much?
up on the docket is an event that takes us back to Sumeru, where the Academia has developed a simulated adventure game.
Ooh.
It feels like this live stream is like made for kids, bro. Like I feel like I'm like on the Disney Channel. It really does feel like it's made for like 10 to like 13-year-olds. Like 8 to 13-year-olds. But like this is like a gacha game where like the characters cost like $300 to $400. So it's like that really shouldn't be who it's like marketing towards.
Let's go! Everybody with me! Oh, this looks so exciting, everybody!
Travelers will need to select various companion pieces to form teams and enhance their skills as they face off against various opponents in a board game style environment.
Okay, let's see what the gameplay
will
looks
face
like.
formidable opponent level of struggle Travelers can enhance the strength of their pieces in several ways. Besides enhancing the pieces themselves, travelers might notice that the pieces are divided into species. Go to battle with a lot of pieces of the same species, and you can trigger unique species features.
So is this like TFT? This looks like the Wuwa TCG.
The higher the feature level, the stronger your
But like also like this looks like
pieces become.
Yeah, this is like TFT. Wait, the Wuwa 2.4 TCG event and this one are like almost very similar.
I'm thinking an all-Saurian team could be cool. Oh, and it looks like you can also assign equipment to your
Wait, this is literally TFT. They even have like items that like, oh my god.
pieces to make them stronger.
Yeah, that's right. And random events and encounters will occur during the adventure, which travelers can resolve
They even have a shop. Wait, no, this is literally TFT. This is literally TFT. But like, I mean, I hope it's okay. I mean, but the thing is,
to earn helpful rewards, like extra adventure coins.
I'm looking at the item effects. It doesn't look that exciting. I think one of them was geo damage goes up and defense goes up 60%.
Travelers can use in the shop to purchase pieces to improve their lineup. Travelers can also open chests to get all kinds of useful equipment.
The events do look kind of neat,
defeating
though.
formidable opponents along the route will allow you to unlock secret techniques that can help increase the strength of your entire team.
Ooh. Of course, certain encounters can also derail your plan.
Okay, this event looks pretty. This event doesn't actually look that bad. Now let's move on to the next one.
Plus, there's more to this event than
It
just
actually looks like it could be exciting.
the battle stages.
Oh.
Travelers can also participate in research stages that involve guiding Paimon to harvest fruit.
Please don't tell me these two are the same thing. Why did they have to add this in?
Complete these stages to increase your speculation level and unlock additional buffs for your team.
I hope you can just skip these ones and never do them.
So we actually get to put Paimon to work.
Finally.
Yup, and of course, completing this event will reward travelers with all sorts of goodies, including primo gems and the chance to invite Sethos to their parties.
Oh.
Okay, so free Sethos after play some TFT. Not that bad. Okay, what's this one now?
But this time, travelers will face more formidable enemies than just slimes.
Whoa, that Somatril can give shields to its allies.
Oh.
Yeah, but don't worry. With this new and improved turret, we can use several new kinds of
This looks terrible.
down shields or target enemies hiding in the corner.
Oh.
Sounds like
This looks terrible. We're just gonna skip that. Okay, let's see what the co-op
Unique
event looks like.
objectives.
Ooh, it'll be cool seeing what characters everyone chooses. Could make for some interesting team comps.
Well, there's a theme associated with each challenge, so your best bet is to choose a character whose skills are suited to the objective. Smaller objectives that require teams to work together and combine their skills. Completing these submissions can grant buffs to your own entire team.
Nice.
And in addition, at the beginning of each challenge, your team will be assigned random regiments to complete. Once you
I mean, it depends on how difficult the mobs are and like the variety of the monsters that are here. This could be okay. It could be okay, but if it's just a bunch of fucking Hilichurls and then like requirements, I don't know, man. Okay, Stygian Onslaught.
and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
Artifact customization items.
Free?
For free.
A new permanent event. Okay, we need details now.
All right. Each
They finally added a new endgame.
update will feature a challenge that is split into 3 phases, each featuring unique mechanics with 5 difficulty levels to choose from.
Okay.
Ooh.
Participation in the event will reward travelers with primo gems, artifacts, and valuable items for targeted artifact enhancement.
Okay, so
Okay.
you said we'll be able to farm artifacts more freely? What does that mean exactly?
It means the artifact drops aren't set in stone, and you can switch where they come from. For the first 10 days after the event begins, the leyline disturbance will be in outbreak state. During this period, travelers who clear any stage at level 3 difficulty or higher can expend any kind of resin to obtain artifacts from the leyline blossom at the end of the stage.
Okay, this is actually probably the best thing I've seen them add to the game ever. This might actually be the best thing I've ever seen them add to the game.
And And before the stage begins, travelers will get to choose which domain of blessing they want the artifact drops to come from.
Right, so travelers can also tackle
So it's a faster way, so you can do endgame and then also farm artifacts at the same time.
the stages in co-op, right? So you can still farm
And you can actually claim, like, your resin in the inventory and do it 3 times as well if you want to.
with friends.
Yes, and you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
Okay, the amount of hours I'm about to pour into this thing. Lock me in and throw away the key, honestly.
Oh my god, you make it sound like you're in prison. Anyway, you
Was that a joke or was that the truth? They removed one mini event and added this endgame mode instead. I think somebody linked a thread about people being upset that a mini event was removed and then this was added instead. Is that true? Blink twice if you're in danger? Yeah, it sounds like that was a little bit... It sounds like there was some truth in that joke, if I'm frankly being honest.
You also mentioned something about targeted artifact enhancement, Katiana. What's that about?
Yeah, right. So version 5.7 is introducing a new artifact-related item, Dust of
The Dust of Enlightenment. Okay, let's see how it works.
Ooh. What is it?
Well, we all know what it's like to raise an artifact that has potential, only for it to turn out kind of less than ideal.
Yeah.
So this item is designed to help with that. So, Artifact 101, right? We all know every 4 levels a random roll
Yes,
the substat enhancements of a level 20.
We know how it works.
So this item allows you to re-roll the substat enhancements of a level 20 artifact.
So it's the same exact thing from HSR. It's the variable dice. And we all know what a lot of people like doing with the variable dice. They're going to have this in the shop, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same as HSR, but you can guarantee 2 rolls. Oh, so you can guarantee 2 rolls. Okay.
Yo, wait, really?
Yeah. Before each reroll, you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from the grave. Like,
Wait, didn't we literally specify this one? Where the
We
fuck
really
is
need
it? So you select 2 and it can still roll into, it will just be 2 within the 2 that you selected. Surely they could have shown a better result, right? Sure, they could have shown a better result, right? This looks like it was this looks like a fucking waste.
it is.
Yeah, really powerful, right? Starting in 5.7, travelers who participate in
It's 2 rolls among the one you select.
the new permanent event Stygian Onslaught
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, weighted this behind the scene to make it dog shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they weighted it so that it's, like, actually dog ass.
will be able to obtain a total of 3 Dusts of Enlightenment per version for free.
Okay.
And the Gnostic Hymn and Gnostic Chorus rewards will feature 1 each.
So 4 of them a version.
Ooh.
Plus, during version 5.7, travelers will be able to claim 2 Dusts of Enlightenment directly from their in-game mailbox
Okay, so 6 of them.
after logging into Genshin Impact.
Yes.
Okay, let's just pause to take that in for a sec.
Before each reroll, you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from
Oh,
the
you
grave.
see that? You see that?
Yes.
You see that? Now shut the fuck up. It got prioritized. It still went to double defense. This game could fucking die. Fuck this game.
Oh, but I do have a question. So, according to the devs, the rewards for clearing the level 5 difficulty in the new permanent event can only be obtained by completing it solo. But what if that level of difficulty is a bit much for some people?
Yeah, like
Okay, so you
will
can do some of it co-op. Okay, you can do some of it co-op with the help of the exalted ones. All right. I mean, this to me, actually, this whole Stygian Onslaught stuff, it actually looks like probably one of the best things they've added to the game, if I'm frankly being honest. I'm not sure how useful, but, you know, if the weighting is a little bit stinky, where it's going to prioritize, like, flat defense and, like, flat attack stats and shit like that, or it's going to, like, fuck up the rolls because you know that Genshin has, like, a range of rolls that it has, hopefully, the weighting on it is all right, and they're not going to do any weird back-end stuff behind the scenes to fuck it all up. So, yeah, I would have to say that's probably the best feature of the patch that they're adding. I see a little bit of what some people were saying before about this potentially being one of the best Genshin Impact updates ever, but it's also like, I heard that the income for this patch isn't particularly high because I don't think we saw a lot of events, if we're frankly being honest. Like, it's the TFT one, it's the stupid shooter cannon one, it's a co-op event, and then it's this. Let's see if there's anything else left. Traveler's Tales Gilded Chapter. Is this entire event just dialogue?
Will show up this time.
From what I've heard, it's quite a few. So keep a lookout while exploring the open world, travelers.
Being able to run into characters in the open world is such a nice addition. I wish it was part
Devs feel the same. It's a permanent.
Finally, overflowing a
Wait, the quest is literally just dialogue? The event is literally just dialogue? I see, okay. I see why some people are saying this patch is bad. I think it's got good elements. I think it's got bad elements. The fact that they have an entire event where all you do is talk to people is insane.
abundance is returning at the end of...
Okay, we got double drops. Nobody gives a shit about Genius Invocation TCG. All right, what's the quality of life looking like, boys?
After the 5.7 update.
Wait, they already released all of these. Did they remove the artifact loadouts from their list of quality of life? Because people realize they're fucking trash and you don't get to switch them out? They literally... I'm sorry, bro. Wait, what? They literally advertised it front stage. Front and center, because it was supposed to be so good. On here, Artifact Fast Equip, they straight up like did all of this advertising for it. It's front and center. And then the only quality of life they show in the patch is like all the stuff after it. It's not here. It's literally not here.
Travelers will receive a pop-up notification after.
Yeah, that's the same exact stuff we just saw. They're showing off downloading resources individually for a quest. Like reducing the file size and then individually downloading quests.
The required concerns. Official account.
There's no way they spent 5 minutes. There's no way they spent 3 minutes showing that off. They actually spent 2 minutes and 30 seconds showing off the ability to individually download quests.
This also applies to the artifact drops and the.
Okay, all right. So they made it so that you can actually use your resin faster. Cool. Finally. Why don't you just add the fucking 2x without needing a condensed resin? You know what I love about Wuthering Waves? I can do 2 tacit fields and then log off. I can do 2 tacit fields. I can spend literally 3 minutes doing my dailies and then just log off. But instead over here, it's like, just respect your player's time, bro. All right, what are the Abyss ones?
Oh, easy.
And you can claim your challenge rewards directly after completing floor 12. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you can also restart the challenge directly from the finalization screen.
Nice.
Okay, so they now added a retry button. Can you just skip all the way to floor 12
Should
now?
make it more intuitive to navigate.
All right, let's move on to some optimizations for the Spiral Abyss. When moving to the next floor or restarting a challenge, you can now save your current party lineup or clear it with a single click.
Oh, easy.
And you can claim your challenge rewards directly after completing floor 12.
So there's no additional skipping? Okay, I don't even know what they added. Is it just now after you complete floor 12, you'll auto-claim the rewards? And you can restart now from here. I guess that's somewhat, I don't know if that's like, I don't know. That doesn't even seem like, I'm trying to understand the context where this is helpful. Does it just restart you at the very start of 12? It restarts from the beginning? Wait, wouldn't you want to restart 12.3 though? Because you got full stars on 12.1 and 12.2. And if you are on 12.3 and you don't get the full stars and you restart, you'll go all the way back to 12.1? That's fucking diseased. No, I would just want to restart to get 12.3 done again. But it restarts the whole thing.
Nice. Small things here and there really add up over time.
Oh god, that's just a bait. All right, well, some okay quality of life. Oh god. What else do they have in here? Is it just a summary? Let's see it.
NordCry, an ever-changing landscape of ruin, a marvel corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight, the wild hunt's shadow grows. There are those who bear the name of Frostmoon, living...
Did they just steal Witcher 3? Did they just take the entire vibe of, like, Skellige and, like, Witcher 3 and just, like, add it to the game?
Where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades.
I hear that the stolen Fae still yearn for the frosts of old.
Do they have elves in this game? Where, like, are elves a thing in Genshin Impact, or are they, like, or is this new?
While the Fatui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false firmament. Then there are the knights, draped in the west wind, nearing the end of a long and arduous mission.
Is that Varka? That's Varka, right? The Knights of Phophodius? Is it Varka or Adventurine? He actually looks like he's kind of big. Is this gonna be the first big Genshin Impact unit?
My friends, of course, shan't be outdone. They will no doubt bring a magical charm to the—
That's Alice, right? I guess they've finally actually shown all of these characters that they've been hiding.
Edge of the world. And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand—
Yeah, that's Clay's mother.
And so does fate await your gaze. Pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The story is about to begin.
Well, I guess they showed off some of, like, maybe that's like their teasers for the playable characters. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was able to recognize a fair number of them, but I feel like they could have had maybe a little bit more hype to it. It seemed like, I guess we didn't see any of, like, the special NordCry characters, but maybe all the NordCry characters are just like all the older ones that are releasing. All the older ones that have been referenced, like, a bunch of times. But yeah, it seems like, yeah, they're just kind of, like, rehashing a lot of, like, the previously mentioned people. My initial thoughts of this patch are, the story actually looks somewhat interesting. The story looks like it could actually be something that progresses the main plot forward, something that Genshin Impact just has not had in an excessively long fucking time. Actual movement in the story. Like the overarching plot of, you know, the Abyss and your sister and all that shit in the Abyss Order, all of that. And the thing is, that's probably one of the main things that we have going on over here when it comes to this game. But everything else in the patch doesn't really seem to be living up to a lot of expectations, where the events are kind of dog mid. I think the only thing that we have over here is, like, Skirk might be cool, the new endgame mode, and the artifact selector that comes out, or the artifact reroller that comes out of it. I think that those are definitely kind of just the main things. The new endgame mode, I'm interested in seeing how the co-op is going to work out, but the rest of the events in the patch look like they could be a little bit stinky, especially them advertising an entire event that's just fucking dialogue. That's just fucking dialogue. Come on, brother. Overall, I would say it actually does rank on the higher end of Genshin Impact patches. A whole new endgame mode. Actual meaningful rewards for invested players that are in the endgame. The TFT looks like it could be okay, potentially. Or it could be really bad, depending on the integration. The fact that you have shit like this built into the TFT mode makes it... I don't even understand why. I would rate the entire thing as potentially like a 5 or 6, maybe. Potentially a 7, depending on how the end game works. But I think I can't go much higher than that, considering that A, there's not that much stuff in the patch overall. Let me know what you all think. Peace.